Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for joining us in another one here on the Coach's Desk. We appreciate you being here. It was so interesting to listen to the press conference for the Diamond League final. And one particular aspect of it that I loved was the fact that Julian Alfred, answered the comment, the persons who were asking the questions, and she indicated that how many times do I have to answer this question? I am healthy. Listen it, my people. Listen. All right, so let's get into the meat of the matter, what we want to talk about. Of course, Diamond League final got hot, but I'm going to talk about the Team Jamaica in this one, because I need for persons to understand what is taking place. Right now, Team Jamaica has qualified all four, and I say four, but it's actually all five relay teams to the World Championship for 2025 in Tokyo. I mean, some of the teams, they were on the cusp. Some were sitting at the last spot, the 16th spot and stuff like that. However, because the 24th was the final day, things worked out for the team because no other team actually qualified. So no team really unseated the Jamaican team, and that is good. So unlike the Paris Olympic Games where we didn't have 4x4, well, guess what? We will be having the full complement of our relay teams at this year's Tokyo World Championship. And I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I mean, oftentimes relays, well, not oftentimes, for the past few seasons, relays have been put on the back burner by Jamaicans. And when I say Jamaicans, I'm not talking about the fans, because the fans crave relay. I'm talking about the powers that be, the effort that they really put into relay, some of the athletes, and this is as a result of them believing or them stating that, relay doesn't really fit into contracts. Relay doesn't allow athletes to, get a contract and stuff like that. So they kind of shy away from relay. But relay is a really excitement and entertainment, I mean, if we put together good relay teams, fast people, teams that are sync and, the synergy is there, we can have some excitement in relays. So I don't know why persons really shy away from it. And you know what, the sad part about it too, sometimes persons help the team to qualify, and then they are the ones that are not selected based off what transpired at the national trials. So that is really another story. But I must say, I'm looking forward to see the team compete. All the teams, the 4x1s for the male and female, we have a realistic chance in that, once we put personals in, and, Tia is one of them that we definitely would love to be added to the women's 4x1. Brian Levell also is one that we should add to the 4x1 for men as well. So these are situations that we really want to see happening. Also, you have some persons have qualified via the quota system, and that is kind of unusual from a Jamaican standpoint. We normally get through to the normal route of qualification. Once we have our trials, everybody normally hits the qualifying standard, but we've had some troubles this year where athletes weren't able to meet that qualifying standard. Some actually did. Some went the fastest that they have ever gone in 800. Big up to Tyrese Taylor, big up to Ashanti Moore and others who, Adrian Carr. Yes, he actually was one of them who actually, did what he had to do. And they talk about Rasheen McDonald, Christopher Taylor. They were actually in the quota, so we don't have to worry about them. It is just that the J3s have them on the list. Now, there are still some persons who are hanging in the balance. There are still some persons that are hanging in the balance. You have Adele Tracy. She is in the balance, and that is going to be what takes place in actually Zurich. Kellyanne Beckford also. Adele is actually 54th or 56. That's a quota, 56. Kellyanne Beckford, 55th of 56. That is a very serious thing. Delana Kennedy, 46th out of 48. Zanjan Barnes, 49th out of 48. He seems to be out. The discus thrower Chad Wright, he's on the cusp. He's on the line, 36th out of 36. So it is something that these athletes are pretty much crossing their fingers, even their toes. You understand? So the next qualification check is going to be this Friday at the Zurich Diamond League. And it is important that the athletes who are going to be performing, I would say, don't do better than the Jamaicans. But that's a little bit of stretch. Of course, everybody wants to go on the global stage to represent their country. So that's a little bit of stretch. But what we have noticed now is that Chad Wright, he has now slipped to 38 out of 36. And that is sad for him. It might be a case where, he will be out of the discus for Tokyo. It is becoming more unlikely and impossible for him to be on that list to Tokyo. So we have to Chad has to be crossing fingers and toes as well. That is going to be very, very, very hard and difficult. There's a situation also with Zandran Barnes. He's 51 out of 48. I think he might be invited for the 400 4x4. It's gonna be sticky for him. You understand? Delana Kennedy, he's also one that is on the cusp. He is in a situation. Let's hope that whatever happens at Zurich, it doesn't affect his stance in this ranking point or ranking situation. Kellyanne is also in a sticky situation as well. She's 55th or 56th. Let's see. Definitely at the Diamond League, it depends on who wins at 800 meters. Then Kellyanne should be in. So it all boils down to what happens at Zurich. Then everything will be finalized. But I'm happy to report to you that, all the 5 relay teams have qualified, and that's a great thing. So Tia and Brian Levell should be added to the relays. I want to say, the people them a call for that long time, but until next time, stay safe. Peace.